Hi everyone and welcome back to the How To channel. In today's video we're going to learn how to send data to Supabase using n8n. To get started, there are two main things you will need. First, you'll need an n8n account. If you're just testing things out, you can use their 15 days free trial. But if you already have a paid plan, that works perfectly too. Second, you will need a Supabase account. If you don't have one yet, you can easily sign up using your GitHub account or other methods. Now, let's head over to the n8n editor. As you can see here, I have a manual trigger followed by a set node, which we'll call set data. Inside this node, I've prepared a simple example. We have an ID field set as a number and name field set as a string, among others. Next, we'll go to the Add Node panel in the top right and search for Supabase. You'll see several options like create, delete, get, or update a row. For this tutorial, we are going to select create a row. Now let's connect our set data node to this new Supabase node. By double-clicking the Supabase node to set up our credentials, click on Create New Credential. You will notice it asks for two things, the host and the service role secret. To find this, let's jump over to our Supabase dashboard. In Supabase, go to Project Settings in the sidebar. First, click on API. Under Project API keys, look for the service role secret. Click Reveal and copy it. Go back to n8n and paste it into the service role secret field. Now for the host, back in Supabase, under the same API settings, you will see your project URL. Copy this URL, return to n8n, and paste it into the host field. Once you save, n8n will test the connection and you will see that it has been completed successfully. Now, we need to select our resource, which is row, and the operation is create. For the table name, if you don't see any options, it's because we haven't created a table yet. Let's quickly go to the table editor in Supabase and click New Table. Let's name it Table Connection. We'll keep the ID column as the integer and add a name column as the text and phone number, column as numeric. Hit to save. Now that our table is ready, so let's go back to n8n. If it doesn't refresh automatically, just click out and back in and our table will appear here. Select it and close that menu. Now back in our set data node, I will clear these fields to show you how it's done. We are going to add a field. Since we have our connection table in Supabase, we will add the ID, set it as a number or an integer, and enter the value. Next, we are going to add the name and set it as a string and type the name. Finally, this for phone number, we set it as a numeric and add a random number. This is the one way to do it. However, we can also use JSON for better customization, which we'll see in a moment. So now let's go back to the Supabase node. We have the node of Supabase. We have our table name select. Under the field to data to send, we can use the automap option or define below, which is a manual way to do it. So let's try it as it is on automap and click execute now. The data is sent through the flow and the output shows the ID, the name, and the phone number variables were processed. If we click on the Supabase node output, it confirms the creation. Now we go to Supabase. It might not show up instantly, so let's refresh the page. And there it is. Our data has been successfully entered via n8n. Now, as I mentioned, there's another way. So here we are going to create a new set node to make it more visible. So we are going to copy and paste the same flows and nodes. So let's go to the Supabase and create a second table called connection to. We are going to keep the ID variable and add a column for email. This will be a type from text, and you can configure primary case or null values as need. So let's add one more. We are going to add the date of birth with the type set it to date and hit it to save. And our new table is ready and empty. As you can see, there's no data. And now we are going back to n8n. We will use the JSON mode. So here we are going to change the field name to ID and set the value to 1. Then in mail, and we add the email address in quotes. And finally in date of birth, and we are going to enter the day we want. When we send this, we can see the output in JSON or schema format. Now let's add another Supabase node. We will follow the same procedure. We are going to select in create a role and connect it. Select connection to as the table. Under fields to send, we will choose define below. This let us manually map the fields. We are here and we are going to drag the ID from the previous node output in the previous flow. And then we add email by dragging the variable from the JSON input, and finally the date of birth. Once this map, click execute step, and as you can see, the data for the ID variable, the email variable, and the date variable has been sent. If we refresh the Supabase, we can see that the data was correctly imported through n8n. This is just one of the many things you can do with n8n nodes. For advanced users, you can create extensive workflows that receive data from any source and then send it directly to Supabase. This has been a quick tutorial to how to use Supabase with n8n and how to send data from n8n to Supabase. If you want to see more of these videos, like how to use other SQL's node, I will see you in the next tutorial here on the How To channel. Don't forget to subscribe.